Oh, didn't use the wall. What is up? So, okay, what you just saw is a very accurate description of my life in the last 2 weeks. It's been frustrating. It's been very frustrating. So I am allowing myself certain pleasures, and these pleasures keep building upon themselves. And I'm very aware of a possible relapse. That's what these pleasures are building up to. This is what I mean. I have put certain disciplines in my life, certain habits that I just need to stick with because they allow me freedom to choose what I want and not fall into any addictions. But the only thing is I have to stick with them to be able to maintain this amount of discipline. These habits include waking up earlier, taking cold showers, being a vegan, not drinking alcohol. There's certain things that I can just say no to allow myself to say no to the bigger things like masturbation, pornography. Like, that was a huge thing for me, and I needed those habits to build myself up so I can say no to this number one addiction in my life, which was masturbation, pornography. And now that I've been 6.5 months out of masturbation, pornography, I can feel myself getting soft. I can feel myself waking up later. I can feel myself not taking these cold showers as seriously. I will turn it on and then I'll just sit out there and just like stare at it. I'm like, yeah, and then I'll turn it up a little bit warmer and then I'll jump in. And then like being vegan, Sunday was a terrible day for me. So let me walk you through Sunday. I woke up for Mass at about 6:20, and Mass is at 7. Woke up about 6:20, and I just laid in bed. I was like, I can get up at 6:30, still make it to Mass on time. And I just told myself that over and over again. It was like 6:45 when I finally woke up. Good thing Mass is like a 2-minute drive, and I can get ready in like 5 minutes. So I made it in time, but like it was just embarrassing. Like, am I serious? Like, I can't just like wake up at 6:20, prepare for Christ himself. That's how the day started off. I got to Mass, and then I went and visited my godson, and I watched him while his dad went to Mass. Once his dad got back, we went out to eat, and we went to this buffet, and I was like, that's cool, I'll just have fruit, and then like hopefully they have oatmeal out there and I'll just eat the oatmeal and stuff. They didn't have oatmeal, but they had like fruit and potatoes and like things that I could stay vegan with. But they had waffles. I love waffles. I love breakfast food. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to eat waffles. And it's not like I just had like 2 and then I was like, good. Like, I had like 6 waffles. It was just outrageous. I just kept going. I knew they were not vegan, but I just was like, nope, I guess I don't need that discipline anymore. And I was super frustrated with that. Going past, that was like brunch, and then we decided to go golfing that day. So I worked on my truck a little bit, but I'm like leaving in a week, so I need my truck prepared. And I could have spent all Sunday like preparing that truck, getting it ready. And I was just like, nope, I'm going to go golfing with my brother. So I went golfing with him. And this whole thought of like, I could allow myself to drink. Like, it's Sunday, we're on the golf course. Why not have 1 beer? And I just like, I had this battle inside my head going back and forth. Like, 1 beer is going to be fine. And then like the other part of me is like, no, it's not. You know yourself. You have addictive tendencies. There's just this battle going on. Like, I was like, 1 beer, then you'll be done and it'll be fine. And then the other part of me is like, yeah, okay, you're going to have 1 beer. That'll lead to like 4 more and then 5. And then you're like drunk pretty much. And then what are you going to do? Are you going to go home and masturbate? Like, there's a vicious cycle that goes on with that. And I was entertaining that in my mind. And that's what was just so frustrating. That is a good description of what has happened the last 2 weeks. Like, that Sunday is a pile of all of that together in one day. I'm letting myself slip. No, I have not slipped when it comes to masturbation, pornography. But I know this is how the devil works. He pushes you a little bit more and a little bit more. Eric and I had a great conversation last night. He was like, dude, I get it. We're in the same boat. Him and I are in the same boat right now. We're just like, masturbation pornography hasn't even been a question for me. The other day I was sitting in my room and I was just going through Instagram. I saw this beautiful girl and like something happened in my chest. Like, you know, if you've ever like experienced this, Eric and I couldn't like pinpoint it, but the best description is like something in the chest. Like it's like when you suck in cold air or something. It's like that's what happens when you see a picture and like your mind is just ready. Like, let's go masturbate. Like your body's just like, let's go do this. By the grace of God, it was like 5 seconds and then it was out. But like the realization that I could have just got up, went into the bathroom, masturbated. Like that hasn't crossed my mind in so long. So Eric and I were talking about this, and I think we're going to post a podcast or something. Just we mic'd ourselves up over the phone, and it's kind of on the same lines of like, what can we do now? And what are the next steps? Because him and I both agreed, like, we got on fire. I was just on fire these last 6 months of like, nothing's going to stop me. I'm just going to put my head down and just blow through this. It's like I veered off onto like the edge, and now I'm running on the edge. Now I need to slow down, take a step back, and then look at my options. Look at where I'm at. Am I running straight to God, or am I allowing myself to run on this edge where it's going to be one swift wind and I'm going to fall off the edge? I think a lot of people get to this certain point where they're like at their personal best of, this is how many days it's been since I've masturbated, but I'm feeling like it's going to happen again. You're allowing yourself to entertain that thought of, just one beer is going to be fine. Like, I'm allowing myself to get weak. And once I get weak, I know that's when the devil's just going to strike. One thing that I am doing right now is the Strong 30. I'm going through it with like 7 guys, and I'm helping lead them through it. But while I'm doing that, I'm participating in it also. And I think that's going to be a huge helper when it comes to the position I'm at right now. Because the Strong 30 is a great way to kick off, like to kick that 6 months off. Like, it's an amazing way. But then when I hit this kind of, okay, I'm at like a ceiling, or I just came up to a huge obstacle, or whatever this is, I need to reimburse my discipline. I need to refuel and get ready for this next round of battles. Here's the biggest change from myself right now to a year ago or 2 years ago is the awareness of this situation. I did not have the self-awareness to know when I was struggling in these certain parts, and I know where it's going to lead. So if I'm struggling waking up, I know eventually that's going to work its way to the struggle of masturbation pornography. I know there's a link. And that's what the Strong 30 has done for me. That the Strong 30 has created this awareness that I know there's a link there. How do I fix it? What can I do? So, again, I want to push the Strong 30, especially on times like this. Times that you are at your personal best. Do the Strong 30. If you've already done it, do it again. Push your discipline. I need to push myself more and more and more. Continually say no to myself so that I don't give myself the chance for a relapse. Eric and I were talking about, and one thing that came up was a retreat. Maybe we have to go on a silent retreat, or a retreat that's just going to get us amped up again. Maybe we do need this little fire to be stoked some more. And maybe that's just got to be like a 6-month thing for me. Maybe I have to hit up a retreat center every 6 months to just restoke my fire, to keep it going. If that's a reality, then I need to do it. I'm blessed right now because I'm going to be traveling for the next 2 to 3 weeks throughout northern United States and to southern Canada. And I believe God put this trip in my life because he knew I was going to be at this stage. He knew that a little bit of silence and a little bit of just me being by myself is going to be the best thing for me to get through this. So if you're in the same boat as me right now, you're at your personal record, if you're 2 weeks out, whatever it is, and you haven't fallen to your addiction, you're excited. I'm so excited that I've been able to make it this far, but I've noticed myself to kind of let off that gas pedal. I am not being so hard on myself with the discipline, because I know it's been 6 months. It's like, why can't I look at Instagram for a little bit longer? It's been 6 months. Or why can't I have that beer? It's been 6 months since I've gotten drunk. Just be self-aware with those questions. Realize that once you give that inch, it's going to go a mile. Especially if you're like me and you have this addictive tendencies that go on. If I allow myself one beer, next thing I know, I'm 10 deep. If I allow myself to watch Instagram just a little bit longer, next thing I know, I'm jumping on to a porn site. Be self-aware, especially in this moment. I'm making a trip to northern United States and then southern Canada, and I'm super excited about it. And I think there's a reason God has placed this trip in my life, because He knows that I need to take a step back from the position I'm in, and I need to redial in on my discipline. I need to redial in on my self-awareness. So maybe you do have to take a retreat. Maybe you do have to participate in the Strong 30 again, or for the first time, to just remind yourself that you can say no. That's all I got today. I'm still in the fight. I'm not giving up. I'm super stoked to just win this. Yeah, this is a shitty time for me right now. I'm tiptoeing, like you saw on the bed. I am just tiptoeing on this wall. I'm going to start taking that left, and I'm going to run to flatland, run to God. This is Patches, April 24th. Peace out. Have a good life.